Okay, so I couldn't get my PowerPoint to pop up, that's why it's black, but the Texas Beef Group versus Winfrey was a case that was started in the late 90s because of the Oprah Winfrey show that knowingly made false claims about American beef, saying it was unsafe. That was after a panic of the mad cow disease, which is harmful to the human brain, that started in Britain. So a few Texas cattle ranchers were suing Oprah and the producers and distributors of her show, and also a guest that she had, which his name was Howard Lyman, I believe. The cattle ranchers stated that they made false accusations about American beef, which would be Oprah and her crew making the false accusations. At the time, Oprah had a lady, Andrea Wisham, a researcher for the show, that had interviewed people who were knowledgeable about the disease. With the with the interviews and research, she discovered that the USDA and some researchers had believed it couldn't occur in the U.S. Lyman had said some kind of off-the-wall things that at the time I thought were just his opinion, and there were also two doctors, Dr. Weber and Houston, in the crowd that found some things that he said to be misleading. They explained that the U.S. was being very cautious about it and that the USDA had considered a mandatory ban on ruminant-to-ruminant feeding, which is the main cause of the disease. Producers and editors had cut down the segment quite a bit, and Oprah had also, said to tell them to cut out anything that was redundant, so a lot of their main points from the doctors were kind of cut off, and that really upset them. The jury had decided no to a defendant making false statements when asked. So although they did make some comments that were not favorable to ranchers, like Lyman had said, the mad cow disease could produce an epidemic worse than AIDS, that didn't really just come off the wall like I had thought. It was actually because of his knowledge and based on facts and things he knew. So the editing of the show was kind of neutral in making sure there were good points and snippets on each side, but there's really no doubt that, it was kind of more on Oprah's side. And that may have not even been the case. It's just the ranchers didn't have the backup or the support or the evidence to kind of go towards Oprah. In the end, the court found that live cattle do not decay beyond marketability because they can still be used for things other than USDA beef. Kind of like what was said in the article, just because a banana or apple browns doesn't mean you won't use it. So in the end, what was said was wrong, but since the ranchers were insufficient with their evidence, they just couldn't pull through with it.